Hey!
Hi.
From Istanbul.
So today we're going to show you 10 of the sites that you can see in Istanbul, right?
Right.
We found the cat territory. We think it's #1 top site of Istanbul cat territory.
They have two of them who are fighting, and then they have kind of communication circle.
We found that pattern on the street floor is very interesting here, much more different than in other cities where we have been. I think we have found what those tiles on the floor were resembling. That's the logo of Istanbul.
Really? Oh!
We think two main elements of a perfect city: it's a hill and water. So we found also an academy of
Mimar Sinan.
Mimar Sinan, one of the coolest architects of his time.
Yeah, by the way, Minar in Turkish means architect. So basically Mimar Sinan is architect Sinan.
It's like Fyodor Konь in Russia, one of the best architects who made a couple of Kremlins, and his name means horse. TripAdvisor. It's one of my favorite garbage bins because it looks like a bottle, and guess what? It's for bottles.
They do recycle things, they do.
And we also found one of the most modern mosques we have ever seen.
And then in Turkey it's interesting because mosques really look like houses. They are tiny and they actually merge into the general architecture of the city.
So we found super cool stairs, and we'll cross the road and Katya will tell you everything about it, right?
Yes.
Katya, is it connected somehow with raindrops going through the atmosphere?
Or to the unicorns? Actually no, it's just the pilot, the former pilot, who decided to paint this one day to make people pleased with the colorful and rainbowy atmosphere, because his idea was to bring pleasure to people.
We found another hidden gem for you. This little greenhouse, we don't know its name, we don't know anything about it, but we love it. Do you love it?
Yeah, I love it.
So we found what it is. 18th century pavilion built by British architects. That's why the architecture seems familiar to us. And it was made for people who were coming to this area to stay here, including the brother of Russian Tsar, Constantine. You know what? It's Constantine in Constantinople.
Yeah.
So we found that we wanted to show you, the one where you cannot see the water coming from it.
Actually, it looks like it's a little house, but it's for water, it's fountain.
Kind of luxury back in the day. It still had a very little amount of water coming from it.
There was no water, and
So, yeah.
now we need to appreciate it.
So water is supposed to come from here. First of all, we found one of the mosques made by Mimar Sinan, and also Katya has a thing to tell you.
If you look at the minarets in Morocco, they always have 3 of the circles on top of them.
Or 2.
This is done because Morocco didn't want to belong to the Ottoman Empire, and this way they wanted to distinguish themselves from the Ottomans. And the minarets themselves are different because in Morocco the minarets were square, and here they always have the little spire on top of them.
No walking, no motorbikes, no walking. Cool, we're breaking the law. Found that on top of the hammam they also have this little tiny, let's call
Glass
them...
windows.
So we're showing you the coolest district in Istanbul. All
It's like
area
hipster
for
district.
hipsters. Yeah, hipsters.
This looks very European.
The things that kind of took us by the heart in the middle of Istanbul, and
The
that's
old
a sign
sign.
that says what?
Russian trade.
Русская торговля. So it means
Imagine
here was
that.
a Russian shop.
Oh, Russians were in
Not
Istanbul for a
only
long
Constantine.
So we came to the Galata Bridge, and the interesting thing about it is that it doesn't connect Europe and Asia.
The bridge connects two parts of the Golden Horn, as they call it. The first project of the bridge was made by Leonardo, actually.
Leonardo da Vinci, imagine
Not
that.
DiCaprio.
Project still exists, but it was not done. And then they asked Michelangelo to finish it.
He said,
Michelangelo.
nah, not interested. Nah. So this version is version number 3, and it's the only bridge after St. Petersburg Bridge which can open to let big ships go through, and also have electric tram at the same time.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. It is a market inside of the underground cross.
You can get all of the Louis Vuittons
Yeah.
and Gucci's and
For 300 rubles, which is $5. We know that you are coming to Turkey to see all the mosques, and we all know that you're going to Hagia Sophia and Blue Mosque, so we will not be showing you them. Instead, we'll show you Suleymaniye Mosque.
it's one of the greatest masterpieces of Mimar Sinan.
So that was a pretty cool market. You could find there anything. So we're right in front of the Suleymaniye Mosque.
They have volunteers here, and we just asked about the construction of the mosque and why the lights are so low. As this building is super tall, it's really difficult to change the candles.
And also we found out that mosque was not only for prayers, it's not on a religious place, but it's like a cultural center of the whole city.
So many views. So it's not as visual as it sounds.
We need to tell you a couple of more things about the mosque and about its architect, Sinan. So first, the thing is that Sinan started building only when he was 50 years old, and was building until he was 100. So some people retire in 50 in some of the countries, but he just started his career before he was a soldier.
Another thing is that Sinan's tomb is just near the mosque, and it has one secret. Sinan has no skull. At some point of time, Sinan's skull was taken out of tomb because they wanted to check his nationality, whether he was really Turkish or not. And then the skull disappeared.
Things is that they also put ostrich eggs on the lamps.
They said that there were spiders inside, and the ostrich eggs actually were like the traps for spiders.
Okay, found for you head of a train that was called Orient Express. That's where the murder happened.
We know who did the murder. It was the black.
It was that black cat. Case solved. Hope you enjoyed our video about Istanbul, and we will be uploading the next one on the next Saturday at 8 AM Moscow time. Smash like button, click subscribe, don't forget to tap on a bell, and yeah, see you next week.